Let's start with our second built-in module, that is event module. And using this module, we can create, fire and listen for our own events. For example, you are visiting website and there you are having one button. Only when you click on the button, you will have the content displayed. So what you will do, you will click on the button and you will have all the content displayed. Only when you click, you will be having the content. So that click is an event. So event is nothing but it is an action or an occurrence that happens in our application that we can respond to. So an event is nothing but it is an action or an occurrence that has happened in our application that we can respond to. So using event module, we can dispatch our own custom events and respond to those custom events in non-blocking manner. So when we get non-blocking manner, what we are doing? We are just writing the code inside our callback function. And if you remember, in previous lecture, we have seen about callback patterns. So now I will come here. So here basically we are having four steps. First, I'm just going to require the module. I will write require, and inside this I should specify my module name. That is nothing but events. And for core modules, I will just give this prefix node colon. And what I will do, this entire value I'm just going to assign to the variable. But now instead of directly giving events here, what I will do, I will just create the variable as event emitter. But now in our last lecture, what I told, whatever module name we are having, you can create the same variable and you can assign to that variable. And whatever properties and methods we are having, we can easily access those methods. But inside this event module, I am not doing that. Instead, I am assigning this entire thing to this event emitter. Why? Because this event module will be returning the class which is called as event emitter, and that will be encapsulating all the functionalities to emit the events and then to respond to that events. And we already know in JavaScript we have ES6 classes, and whenever we are writing classes we will be using capital letter. Our first step is completed, that is requiring our module. And second step, we have to instantiate an object. For this example, we are going to take real world example. A student decided to register for a course. So as soon as registration happens, multiple actions will be taking place. Course enrollment will be recorded, welcome email will be sent, student is added to course discussion group, and also notification will be sent to the course instructor. So here course registration is placing an event and course enrollment is responding to that event. Now same scenario we are going to implement in code. The second step, we have to instantiate the object, and ES6 classes we will simply call with new operator, and then we will be passing this class. And how we are getting this class? Because this event module is returning the class event emitter. And this entire thing I'm just going to assign to the variable course registration. So student is doing registration. So now this is nothing but this is my object. Below this, let me just log this course registration. Save it. I will open terminal. Now I'm just going to run this file. I will write node events. As soon as I hit enter, now you can see what it has returned. It has returned me event emitter class, and it is nothing but it is an object. Let me close. Now third step, I have to emit the event, and I want to emit an event new registration. So how we will be doing? On this object, we will be using this emit method. From here, I will remove this lock. So in this way, we are just going to emit an event, and inside this, we will pass event name as the argument. So here my event name is nothing but new registration. Okay, first step including the module, second instantiating the class, and finally we are just emitting an event. As soon as execution reaches this line, event will be broadcasted in our code so that we can respond to this new registration event. Now last step, what we have to do? We have to register for event, and for that we will be using on method. So first we are going to emit, and before that we are just going to register for event. So here I will be writing course registration, then I will be using this on method. Inside this, we will be passing two arguments. First is the event name. Our event name is nothing but new registration. I will copy and here I will be pasting. And second, we have to pass callback function. Here I am using asynchronous callback pattern. Why? Because as soon as this event is emitted, only then this callback function has to be executed. So that is what I am telling. As soon as this event is listened, only then whatever code I am having inside this callback function, that has to be executed. Here I will write the message. Inside this I will write student is registered to the course. I will save this. I will open terminal. I'm just going to run. Now as soon as I run, you can see I am having student is registered to the course. So now successfully our message is displayed. Again, let me tell you, first you have to import the module. Second, you have to instantiate the class. Third, you can either emit the event or you can listen for the event. But here we have emitted the event, new registration, and after that we are just listening to this event. Basically, I am having click. Only when I click, this event has to be performed. Just imagine I am having click. As soon as I click on the button, only then whatever code I am having here, that will be executed. But here what we are doing, we are creating custom events. And inside Node.js, whenever we are emitting for the events, we can also pass arguments. Let me just comment this entire thing. And also I will copy. Below this, I will write passing arguments. I will paste it here. So now in this case, what we will do, when we are emitting here, I just want to pass student name, that is my name Khanam, and here I will write the course Node.js. Now inside this, whenever we are listening, inside this callback function, we just have to pass the arguments. And inside this callback function, we will be passing these parameters. Here I will write student name and then I will be writing this course name. Here I will remove this entire thing. Instead, I will be using template literal. Now I will be writing this student name has registered for the course. Inside this, I will be passing Node.js course. Okay, in this way, I just want the result. Simply, I am passing the arguments and while listening for the event, I am just passing these parameters. Now I will open terminal, execute this. Now you can see Hanam has registered for Node.js course. Not only this, we can also register for multiple events. I will copy. I will copy this entire thing. Below this, I will be writing one comment, multiple listeners. Below this, I will be pasting. Now this entire thing I'm going to copy. Below this, I will paste. Inside this, I will just check for the condition. If my course name, if it is equal to, I will just pass this entire string. If it is equal to Node.js, then what I will do, simply I will just write here 50% discount. Now save it. First, let me just show you what happens. I will open terminal. I will just run my application. You can see I am having Hanam has registered for the Node.js course. First, this was listened and I am having this console message. And after that, this was listened and I am having this console message. And it is very important for you to understand we are definitely not blocking the execution by writing in this manner, because using asynchronous callback pattern, what happens, our long running task will be running in the background, and once it is complete, only then we will be having the result. To explain that, I will write here log, and here I will be writing first line. Then I will copy this, and here I will be writing second line. And finally, again I will copy, and below this I will just write third line. Save it. I will open terminal. Before I run the application, just think what output I will be getting. I will run the application. Now you can see our code is not blocked. First, whatever synchronous code I am having, that is executed. First line, second line, third line. It is not waiting for this to happen, because here we are having callback function. Only once it is complete, we will be having this result. So that is the reason, until and unless it completes, it has gone to this console and we are having this result. Again, it is not waiting for this. Directly it will come to this console and it will display the result. And once entire thing is completed inside callback function, those functions will be executed and we will be having the messages from those console. Very important, this behavior is not going to block the execution. Now, why we use event? Because of asynchronous programming. Using this, we can handle multiple tasks without blocking our code. And using this, we will have scalable design. Easily, we can add new event listeners without modifying the existing code. So we have added multiple listeners and we have not modified our existing code. Now to summarize, this event module is built-in module which is available inside the node. And this event module will be returning event emitter class which we can instantiate to create an object. You can see we have instantiated and we have created the object. And using this object, we are just registering for the event. So for example, in JavaScript, we will have add event listener, and inside that we will be passing event name, that is click. So same thing we are doing. So what happens in Node, when this event occurs, Node will automatically call the listener for the corresponding event, passing in this appropriate arguments. And using these events, we can write the code in non-blocking manner. In Node.js, this event module will be providing powerful way to create event-driven and non-blocking applications. Once you understand this, you can build more responsive and efficient JavaScript application. Next, we will understand how to create our own modules which will be built on top of event emitter class.